Woo. I'm your dark and mysterious host, and you're watching the Disney Channel. On Epstein Island. You got Epstein.
That's also a Disney song.
Yeah. First up, speaking of islands, Brian.
I wasn't ready.
Oh shit.
It's been a couple of months since I've actually done an SGDC. Last time I was sharing stuff about Adventure Map for Broken Alliance. For people who don't know me, I'm Brian. I'm an audio designer for Placeholder Gameworks, and sometimes I'm a voice actor and write music. I'm working on two projects at the moment. Broken Alliance, which is currently in early access, launched last month. Was it? Yeah. It seems like a long time ago. There's a couple of animations sets that I want to share today belonging to the units in combat. Broken Alliance is a tactical pixel art narrative-driven game. I've got all the words out in the wrong order there, but whatever. Inspired visually by Heroes of Might and Magic, but gameplay-wise by games like King's Bounty, and I'll also share some stuff from Craft. Anyways, let me check the volumes, things on the TV. First up is the Puppet Duo, which I will apologize first of all for the distorted pixel art because of the render. I am so sorry. This is a hover idle, so when you hover the mouse over this unit in combat, it will trigger this. This little gremlin guy, which is just my voice pitched up. Oh, it's a bit quiet. This is just the movement animation, so this would loop in combat when you pick a tile and move across the map. Next up is attack. I'll do that again. So each unit... Oh, I remember this one didn't render out correctly, so I didn't render it out. So this is the special attack. So it's more powerful. It kind of warps from one end of the map to the other and does that. This is it getting hit. And then it dying. Let's try again. Yeah. So each unit has a bunch of different, attack, hit, death, sometimes a special, movement, and hover idle. And I'm nearly done with them now. That would be all of the basic units. The next unit I want to share, which is the last one I'm working on, is called Grimalkin, or Laser Cat. Well, for some reason I called him Laser Cat here. So this is an attack. And this is special. They're not 100% finished yet, but they're not far off. And then today, shortly before dinner, or evening meal, as James calls it, and normal people call it, I worked on the death. Not sure if I'll keep the quiet meowing kitten sound, but maybe. And lastly, I want to share something that hasn't been seen in Craft yet. Is called the Trash Worm. So this little guy will help you delete some of your items. This is currently a mock-up. Yelta, one of our programmers who's in the house, has implemented this, but I kind of did a mock-up myself just to show how it would look. Music in the background is another music track by Adam Bow for the crafting area. Don't think people have heard it before, so. The trash worm shouldn't be able to eat the map or the screwdriver, but in this version of the build it can, because you shouldn't be able to eat quest critical items. But that's everything I have to share just now. If anybody has any questions about anything? Any questions? Bonus fact: the worm is just me going. That's it's just me as well. I just take every opportunity to get any acting jobs I can. Okay, that's it now. Thank you.
Next up, Matt Eo.
What's up, Epstein fans? So for this one, I'm going to actually be streaming over. There we go. Should I disable microphone, or can we like lower the volume of the TV? Yeah, we can like lower the volume, it's fine. So, after my misadventures, I've been working on the project files that I got given were missing a lot of stuff. So I was like, fine, I will remake this in Resolve instead of Premiere so I can break up from Adobe. We should probably set that to full screen, thank you. So I remade the short trailer for Craft entirely in Resolve. And one of the things that I am most proud of, and that none of you will see because compression just kills everything, is this one. This little shine effect I made using Fusion. This thing makes this work. So basically we start out with a shape that just moves along, and we merge with this other doodad right here that just says, I want to mask this piece inside of this area, and then we merge that, and then we get this thing. And then after that, we use that as a mask, and then we select only like the highest colors, like the less saturated colors inside of this area. And what this gives us is this. And then we use this as a mask for a saturation effect. I essentially increase the saturation in the gamma so that it gives this shine right here. It's very subtle. I have to make this twice, once for both crafts. Essentially, the motion for these is keyframed, but the other stuff is on the other monitor, so I can't really like show you the keyframe, but like trust me, bro, or something. I don't know. While making this trailer, we went through several different drafts, primarily concerning pacing, because these are the subtitle blocks alone. Each block is a subtitle. And particularly what concerned us was whether or not it would be too fast or too slow. On previous versions, we experimented with 1 word per time, 2 words per time, and 3 words per time. What this resulted in is we found out that the best of all 3 worlds is the 3 words of all time, because it gives the time for the viewers to read the text that is being presented, and also take a look at what's going on around. Primarily in here at the end is where more graphic elements. There's the background, the wish list graphic, and the subtitles going on at the same time. So we had to make sure that all of them were clearly legible, and they kind of appeared in a hierarchy. So there's this clearly established shot, then the wish list text comes on, and then this action happens, it disappears, and then this happens. So it's never everything happening all at once. It's kind of sequenced in a way that makes it digestible for the viewers, especially because this will be on TikTok, where every single millisecond is important. I kind of shoved off 15 seconds because that's what the original length was. So yeah, I think I will move on from using Premiere and use Resolve because it's thick. I love it. I love not having to create the masks in Photoshop and then having to import them and then just stacking prefabbed effect over. I think that's really neat.
any questions? Cool. Thank you.
Reminder for people, don't tap the mic, use the button on the Steam Deck. When you hit the mic, everybody on stream goes like... Alright, next up, Lena.
Hello. I'm gonna tell you what's up basically. Hi, I'm Lena. I'm working on 2 games, Broken Alliance and Craft right now, and I'm gonna tell you that I haven't shown for a bit, so I'm gonna tell you about the nicest things that have been happening right now. Firstly, we released Broken Alliance, and yeah, the game was already mentioned, so I won't go into it, but it did okay. It's an early access title. We got to the front page only for like 2 days or something, because we had, how many wish lists we had? We had 12,000, yeah, 12,000 wish lists during release, and that was like enough to get us on the front page, barely, basically. But that was nice, and we sold about, on the first day we sold like 266 copies. We have positive 35 reviews right now, and we have so far sold about 12. Yeah, sold enough to make like $12,000, $13,000 or something like that. So it's not great because we are a bit bigger team, but at the same time, because we still have positive reviews, and I'm like very happy how it's going. For example, Splattercat Gaming made a video of it as well, which is super nice. So I'm gonna show you a bit of that.
What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be playing around with a title called Broken Alliance. If you've never heard of this game, neither had I. I was actually just kind of going through titles earlier today, as I tend to do. I try to spend like an hour a day looking for new games in my free time, and this is one of the ones I stumbled upon. Broken Alliance is a heavily Might and Magic influenced game where it takes more of an RPG bent than I think a lot of other Might and Magic games do, in that you have like character creation and things of that nature, but in this game, the elements are all fighting with each other. You pick a faction, you go into the map, you throw down, you fight, you find treasure. I've played through the prologue, which was about 40 minutes long, I guess, listening to all the dialogue. The voice acting was very well done. The pixel art was utterly incredible. It's a really good-looking game. So we're going to dive into the main part of the game now that I've done the tutorial and played through the storyline portion. It is mandatory as a warning, though. You can't...
Yeah, so that's nice. So they liked it, and wait, how do I
just start a game when you install this. You have to...
Okay. Next slide, I would guess. Yeah, there we go. The other thing that I did with Brian was we went to Super Magfest. That is more like for fun. So that was in the US. I did give away a bunch of like stickers for Broken Alliance and Craft. Did the most nerdy thing ever. We went to a panel that was about making your own Sonic OC, and this is the Sonic OC that I made, called Finn. He's a fish, if you don't know. Yeah, and also we went there to cosplay. I cosplayed Calliope from Stray Gods, and Brian cosplayed Orpheus from Stray Gods, so that's how we looked like when we were there. Then I also again won the tournament for Wingspan. There was like 40 people there, and I got the first place there, so I'm like, hey, thanks. And it was the second year in a row that I have. I didn't think that I would win it second year in a row. Still saying there's not like super good players there, so they're not like world class or anything, but but it's still cool to win the tournament. So I got MAC points. Those are how MAC points look like, and I got to go to the artist alley and get some merch for those MAC points. So I was very happy for that. And then to Craft. We made a sneak peek video that I will show you as well. And there's aesthetic type colors with logos that I made for different types of things that you can craft in there. It will be released 10th March, so very soon. And here is a sneak peek video of a character, and I will also say that I am voicing Meowl, the cat. Cat owl, so yeah, first voicing gig for me. Show it in.
Oh, aren't you precious? What? No, not you. You. Yes, you. Oh, so cute. And so rare to see an owl cat accompanying one of the cat folk. But it seems like a match made in... Goodness, how did you end up with this one? Charming. Well, yeah.
Anyways, you can see that one yourself as well. And the last thing is, made this presentation before, but I don't think there's many dice to check out right now because I sold all except one set right now, so you can still come by and look at the dice that I made. And this is my workshop of where I make those dice. Yeah, that's all. Any questions about anything? Yes?
Is the fish Sonic from Anchorage?
Oh, that's interesting because there's somebody from the team also saying that it's an Anchorage. It looks like an Anchorage character. So we were, and they were saying like, oh, you just need to have the Sonic eyes, add those to the character creation of the merfolk, and that would do it basically. Even though it would not fit at all, but it would be kind of funny to have that in there. But very happy about my Sonic OC. Yes.
What's the logo next to the Discord logo on the main screen for the game? Main screen.
Ah, that's the Chinese QQ. That is QQ, and that is yeah, it was in yeah, it was in that's we have that. God,
I thought it was limited.
It does look like it, doesn't it? Oh, I think we need to look. Yeah, so that logo.
What's up,
is
guys and gals? Welcome back.
In both our games, because we have the Chinese publisher Hawthorne, who is helping us with Chinese publishing, because I could self-publish in Western countries, but I have no idea. The funny thing is, if you open any QQ links, if you click on it, it's gonna take you a few minutes to get through all the firewalls or something to load up the page, which is like weird. I think I don't know. I'm not exactly sure how it works, but yeah, Europeans don't really use that. It's only for China. Yeah.
Can you buy anything other than dice?
Yeah. So in my shop, there's still stickers up, a bunch of stickers, but mostly there's only one set of dice left at this moment. But there's a bunch of stickers and. Yeah, you can drop by. Oh, you can drop by right after SGDC, and if you have already bought your dice, thank you so much for that, and you can drop by and pick them up right after SGDC. Thank you.
Alright, next up is the littlest of Chris's.
Hi, hello. You probably know me already, but I just enrolled in the IndieQuest program, which is available here. You can come here and study and become a game dev just like us. But anyway, so included in the course materials, it's a requirement that you make a presentation of yourself. So I thought it's been a while since I only did like a handful of SGDC presentations during my like 2.5 years stay here. So I thought, why not? So I'm gonna reintroduce myself, and also I have a bunch of like good news and stuff I want to talk about. So yeah, I'm 40 years old, much to my dismay. I'm a writer, game designer. I'm born in a place called Lund, which is close to Malmö, which is where I grew up. I have a bachelor in literary studies and political science, which guarantees, you know, a beautiful career right away. It's a perfect way to get rich. But yeah, so I'm part of a studio called Act None, which is a 2-man studio based in Malmö. We make sort of text-based RPGs for mobile devices, and the third one came out at the end of last year. And I want to talk a little bit about that, and also in general what my plans are for this year. So we just released like the final free update for it, and one among the things that we addressed in that update is the most hated feature that people hate so much that they actually pirate the game so they could run it in an emulator and mod it, so just to remove that feature. So there's like a certain contingent of our players who hate it so much. So we changed it, and now they're happy. So, and we did, and I added like 12 new endings and a bunch of things that I didn't have time to do for release. So I feel like now it's pretty much in the shape that well, you know, it's never perfect, but it's pretty much good enough, I would say. Then a piece of good news is that, I don't know if you're familiar with the subscription service called Google Play Pass, but it's basically that for like Android. Like you pay a fee and you get access to like thousands of curated games. Our first game, Untold, made it on that platform like half a year ago, and it's been a really nice source of revenue for us. And now I just got we just got an email confirming that our third game is going to be on there as well. Not guaranteed, but we're at least in the process. Like they're pretty selective, so it looks like we're going to get it on there. So that'll be good. Next step is to try to make a DLC for Black Dust. It's something we're going to try because it's like a premium game, but you know, we get a lot of people are asking for it, and we think if it's reasonably scoped, it could be worth doing. And also, we started the process of translating our games finally, or localizing even. And it's always been too expensive for us to make a, you know, quality translation. So now we've figured out like a solution to combine machine translation with human interference, let's say. So that's looking promising, and we made like a survey on our Discord where like 30 people from different countries signed up as volunteers to help with localizing. So that's also a good thing. Anyway, so my situation here is going to be interesting. It's going to be a challenging year. I'm going to balance these 4 pillars of my existence, which is running around being like a factotum, doing everything. Like I'm a dishwasher, I'm a janitor, I'm a garbage man, like I'm everything. And then also studying and trying to learn how to program, even though it's very alien to me. Like it's not who I am really, but I'm gonna become that. And fitness, like I'm working out a lot, I gotta fit that in as well. And then also working on the games I've been working on. So that's going to be a challenge. Somehow there's going to be enough hours in the week to do all of this stuff, and I'll make it work. So those are my plans for 2025. Yep. I think Remy was first.
What's your favorite game?
That's a tough one. Favorite game? I would say like an easy pick for me would be like Castlevania 4. Yeah. It's hard to pick just one, but that's up there. Yeah.
Interesting. What's the feature they hated?
Well, so basically, the story in the game is very simple to begin with. Like, it's just that, okay, so you're in debt to this crime syndicate, right? And people complain, our testers complain that, oh, the death doesn't really feel like urgent enough. So I threw in like that they come and shake you down every now and then, and you can't really stop it, and they just take your whole shit, you know. And people just hated that so much. I might have been able to predict that, but I made the change like 2 days before release, and then so I didn't really think it over. But it's kind of divisive actually, because some people actually like it because it does. We basically have two types of players, like the more, let's say, hardcore ones and the more casual ones. And the hardcore ones like it because it makes money management actually more tight, and it increases the difficulty. But so the funny thing is that when I then gave the new edit to our testers, again they were fighting me over it, because they were fighting me when I made the original feature, and now they're fighting me over the revision, you know. So I am always facing resistance, is what I'm saying. Who else? Nobody else? All right, Aaron.
What is this cat?
Well, oh yeah, I mean, yeah, I do too. It's a strange thing. There's an anime called Trigun, the original one from '98, and in every episode, this cat just kind of shows up somewhere, like in a chase scene or something. It might be in a room they run through, and it's just some kind of comic relief type thing, but it's very cute. All right. Is that all? Cool.
All right, boomers. Oh wait, speaking of boomers, Andreas.
Hi. I'm a person who makes a game. It's called Not Us. But I also have a team. I've been working on this screen because I always feel bad that it feels like I'm like, it's my game. But there's all these people involved as well. But I'm still there, doing all those hats. And today, we're actually not going to talk about my brain, because despite my brain, there's been progress with the game. It's got the itch. It's on itch, and now this can happen, because sometimes people ask if they can play it, and I usually just start fibbing. But now actually it will be available without having to go through me, and I think we're just gonna get to it, I guess. So I haven't done this before, but that's where you need to go. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna do Steam first. There?
Yeah, sure.
Oh. So the demo won't be on Steam, I think. This is just for wish lists.
Yes. This week is 42.
Can you press view the Steam store or Steam page?
What do I do?
Press the button, view store page. Middle.
Ah. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Cool. And just save, or?
Make it public.
Make it public, yeah.
The
last thing, yeah.
public.
Okay, save.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then view page.
That page. Yeah.
Wow.
So, thank you so much, Aaron, for making the itch page. It's really cool. I love it. And here, those of you who know this game can see that it's indeed Not Us. And here you can play it or download it. I think that's it. So, good job, everybody. We did it. And I'm looking forward to knowing or hearing from the world outside Spelkollektivet what they think. Like now we can finally actually get some comments and just change the game completely to become popular. No. Anyway, I don't think there's any questions to Brian.
How much harassment did you have to endure in order to be able to put these things up? Like, because you've been working on this for a while and you've been keeping it like, it's like I need to keep it here. But like, how much pushing did it require you to get it up onto Steam and itch?
I guess it occurred to me today when I was talking to someone on Discord that without thinking, I just wrote this felt like pushing up a very stubborn snail up a mountain. That's how it felt, or like that's how much. I wouldn't say I've been harassed into doing this. I've always wanted to, like the very first goal of making the game, you know, except just for having fun, was to get it out there and talk to people who don't know me who played the game, because I figured, as James warned me, everybody here is too nice, and people on the internet are mean, and it could be a very fun adventure to battle those trolls online. No, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, the idea of having a I don't know, a faceless crowd of players is very interesting because maybe I will get some thoughts coming from them that I just couldn't get anywhere else. So I guess another way of saying it is just like, I'm just curious and it's going to be fun. Yes, Brian.
The second question.
Yeah.
For the Steam capsule art and everything on the Steam page, was that primarily the artists, or was that the artists and Erin, or kind of that?
Well, it was the artists and Erin in collaboration, but Miriam actually made the. It was sort of something I hadn't realized, that the logo is so. Let's see. Oh, sorry. I don't have the logo anywhere. Here. The logo is so square, and she had to hurriedly just come up with, you know, what do you do in this case? And I was actually very happy about it. I really like how it looks. So I guess my job these days is to just tell people in my team that there's a problem and then just look at them really like engagingly. That's the Michael Scott thing. I don't know if people saw that in the list of my jobs. One of my tasks is to be Michael Scott for the team, which is, I think I influence them as a leader, but I think they just work faster, so I will, you know, walk the frick off. Is that it for questions? Thank you so much.
So your team is more like The Office than Mythic Quest?
Yes, because Mythic Quest has too many egos, and my team is very humble. Hash brown blessed.
Hash brown. All right. Yeah. Thank you for tuning into the Disney Channel on Epstein Island, and don't forget to eat your hash brownies at home. Bye.